The most important period in a man's life falls between his 20s and 30s. This phase marks the transition into adulthood, where significant changes occur, leaving home, embarking on a career, and going through transformative experiences. These events have the power to mold you into a high-value man or doom you to a life of mediocrity. It is up to you to make the most of this time, using your 20s to lay a strong foundation for the rest of your life. In this video, we will cover 7 achievements that every man should strive to accomplish before he enters his 30s. If you can manage to achieve these goals before your 30s, you will indeed gain the respect of your fellow men and the admiration of top-tier women. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Business and side hustle. If you want to create a bright future for yourself and your future family, your 20s provide the perfect window to do so. And I'll explain why. When you are in your 20s, you typically don't have any real responsibilities. You might even still live with your parents and not have any major expenses. Top that off with having the best ability to learn that you'll ever have, as well as supercharged energy levels, and you'll see why this is the perfect time for you to start taking risks and try things out. So I suggest that you go ahead and start that business you've been thinking of. Learn that skill you think could be profitable. Dedicating your 20s to learning and building a business can be the one thing that sets you up for the rest of your life, and your future self will be forever grateful. So don't be afraid to start. It doesn't have to be perfect from the beginning. There's nothing wrong with learning along the way. Number 2. Master the art of delegation. This one is important if you then decide to actually start a business. Remember, you are not invincible like Superman. When you are building a business, the tasks will become increasingly demanding, and they will continue to pile up. The key to avoid getting overwhelmed is to delegate effectively. Does the CEO of a company personally handle every email or interact with every customer? Absolutely not. The reason businesses succeed is because they navigate their immense responsibilities by entrusting tasks to others. Embrace this approach and avoid wasting your valuable time on the tasks that are not in your area of expertise. Instead, find someone who is better than yourself and let them do that task. For instance, if you're terrible at bookkeeping, delegate that responsibility to a competent freelancer or someone willing to handle the task. Then, you'll be free to focus on what you are good at. Number 3. Network. If you aspire to achieve success, it's crucial to proactively develop your network. Hone your networking abilities and embrace the potential for occasional missteps, as they are stepping stones to growth. Remember, it's not just about what you know, it's about who you know. Networking with high-value individuals will open doors to unknown markets and unparalleled opportunities. If your main circle is extremely successful, it will be almost impossible not to let them lift you up with them. But the opposite is also true. And if your main circle is lazy and unambitious, it's impossible not to let them drag you down. So be mindful of the people you surround yourself with. By the way, I thought I should let you know that you can dramatically increase your natural testosterone levels by taking the supplement TESTOSTERONE. It's one of the biggest brands of testosterone boosters on the planet, and I've actually used it myself for a few years, and it works extremely well. It contains all of the most powerful ingredients for boosting testosterone, so you'll definitely feel the effects. If that sounds interesting, check out the link in the description below. Number 4. Financial literacy. As you journey through life, your obligations will inevitably multiply, leading to more and more possibilities for unforeseen expenses. Job loss, vehicle troubles, or unforeseen home repairs can throw you off balance. It is during these moments that your true mettle as a man is tested. It's crucial to equip yourself to handle these responsibilities. Prepare for the unexpected. You never know when a loved one might require costly medical treatment or when a sudden crisis strikes. Establish an untouched savings account dedicated solely to emergencies and start saving from your 20s to secure a more comfortable lifestyle in your 30s. Aim to have a reserve that covers at least a year's worth of expenses in this account. Obviously, this will take time, but you must create a plan to achieve this. For instance, Consider allocating 30% of your income to be transferred into this savings account, and you'll be amazed at how quickly it can grow. But you shouldn't just be planning for emergencies. You should be planning for retirement as well. You might think, why should I worry about retirement? I'm still in my 20s. Well, yes, you are. But the earlier you start planning for retirement, the brighter your future will be. You might even be able to retire earlier than you thought. Let's say you begin at age 25 and contribute $3,000 annually to a tax-deferred retirement account for a decade. Even if you stop contributing to the account after the first 10 years, by the time you turn 65, your initial investment of $30,000 will have ballooned to over $338,000, assuming a 7% annual return. And as I said, this growth occurs without you contributing a single cent after the age of 35. Hence, exercise prudence with your income. Document a precise plan outlining the portion allocated to retirement funds and emergency funds while setting a firm cap on expenses for dining out and entertainment. Once you get this in order, it will take a lot of stress off your mind. Number 5. Know your worth. One of the most vital lessons you'll ever learn is to assert yourself. Standing up against bullies and truly understanding your own worth may not come naturally at first. Why? It's simple. Since childhood, you were conditioned to avoid immediate action. Remember when you were pushed down in school? You were told to report it to the teacher, right? These repeated patterns became deeply ingrained in your subconscious mind, causing you to rely on others for protection. But here's the truth. Despite what society may lead you to believe, no one is coming to rescue you. As you mature into your 30s, those around you, men, women, and children, will look to you for protection, especially if you have trained yourself to meet that standard. It's crucial to break free from your comfort zone and start standing up for yourself. Begin by understanding your core values. Each of us possesses unique skills, opinions, and strengths that define us. By harnessing your strengths effectively, you'll always emerge resilient. Some men excel in charisma, others in leadership, while some possess keen judgment or an eye for detail. Whatever your strengths may be, polish and refine them to perfection and address any weaknesses that hinder your growth. Number 6. Receive and provide feedback. One of the primary factors hindering personal growth, not only for men but for individuals in general, stems from a single concept: taking everything too personally. In today's self-centered society, people tend to perceive even the slightest advice or correction as a direct attack. Resist the temptation to follow their path. Instead of internalizing criticism or feedback, harness that valuable information to foster personal and professional growth. Similarly, when offering feedback to others, do so with compassion and kindness, avoiding unnecessary harshness. This exemplifies the essence of respect, both in giving and receiving valuable input. This way, we can help each other grow and create a brighter future together. Number 7. Mental health. As a young man, you are probably not even aware that mental health is an actual thing, that you can nurture just the same as your physical health. But you can, and you should. Learn to let go of the past, instead of clinging to regrets and allowing them to define you. Think about this. Yesterday represents history. Tomorrow remains shrouded in mystery, but today is a divine gift, and that's why it's called the present. Holding on to self-blame for past missteps will only hinder your progress. Instead, embrace your mistakes as valuable lessons and refuse to dwell on your past failures. This principle also extends to those around you. Forgive them wholeheartedly, freeing yourself from any lingering grudges. By granting yourself forgiveness, you'll find it easier to extend the same to others. Similarly, avoid worrying excessively about the future. This is not to say that you shouldn't plan for the future or make an effort to create the best possible future you can. After all, that's pretty much what this video is about. But instead of being overly worried about the outcome, focus on the present and simply do the best you can. If you can do this, you'll slowly become a man that your 8-year-old self would idolize and your 80-year-old self would respect.